The Painful Excellence Podcast.
Absolutely. Let's get to it. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is a Painful Excellence podcast. And this is painful to discuss, and here we are again. Let's do this roll call real quick. Y'all come on in, smash the like button. If you're on my boxing channel, if you're on the Painful Excellence podcast, you see the link pinned at the top. I'm gonna give YouTube about a half hour. I want to hear everyone's opinion on this, and we're gonna stick to facts. Sister Amanai, salute, Queen. One deep, my brother. Bernard Gilbert. Mac of the South, over there on Rumble. Y'all see the Rumble link pinned at the top. When I say make that move, we're going to make that move. The Rumble link, Amanai, the Rumble link is pinned at the top. We take the gloves off over there. Phenomenal Mexican, salute. Rod Neal, my brother. Chilltown, salute. Andre Toppin. Early in that super chat, he says, salute, Drew. I knew you were going to cook on this topic. Much love from Nova, North Virginia, man. Salute to you, brother. Much love. Yeah, you know I wasn't going to let this one go. Nope. But we're gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Shelton over there on Rumble, where it counts. Salute. Mr. Tiptoe, salute. Slim Hussein, my brother No Smoke, in the building. Go subscribe to my brother No Smoke. Snoop in the building. Sam Mack, Shogun over there on Rumble. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we are again. Ashley Janae is her name. Never heard of her. And it's weird how when I do finally get to hear about, women like this, it's under the worst circumstances, whether it be this, because this is the worst case scenario, or whether it's this or it's them going viral over ridiculous things that they do and say about their own. D. Scott, salute, about their own. And when they're just talking, normally I ignore it. I make mental notes and I say, oh yeah, okay, she said that, she said that, she said that. Okay, I need to know where she is so I can effing avoid her. So the story with this woman is she's out in New Jersey. And the story is, to keep it simple, because by now, y'all all heard it already. The story with this woman is she was an influencer. Never heard of her. She was her 31st birthday. And she met this fella, what's his name? Connor, McConnor, some dude. B.P.P, salute. What's this guy's name? This dude's name? Don't know him. But she meets this guy. Help me out here. What was the age gap between them? Asking for a friend. What was the age gap? Because I dead ass don't know and I didn't care. Joe McCann. Thank you, Amanaz. Joe McCann was his name. What was the age gap? Because he has a hairline like mine. He has gray on his face like me. What was the age gap? I don't know. D. Scott in that super chat, salute. He says, appreciate you, fam, for covering this topic. Salute, family. Salute to the chat. 100, man. Salute to you, brother. Much love and appreciation. Thank you. Tom, what up, man? 88, salute. Nicholas Levy, salute. 20 years? Probably. I'd say about 15, 20. Probably. I don't know. He actually looks like one of my friends. That's the crazy part. He looks like a dude I grew up with. But when When we met, we was like in elementary school. He had a head full of blonde hair. And now he got a head. He actually looks like my boy, but that's what's creepy about this. He was about 45. That sounds about right. Yeah, about 15, 20. Yeah. So when I first heard the story, she's with this fella, and he proposes to her. Next thing you know, she's gone. She's dead. And how did she kill herself? I mean, I don't care, YouTube. This is what happened. I'm reporting the news. She was found what? Hanging. Newsflash to all you non-blacks and blacks that don't know any better, because you monkeys that are birthed from single black mothers, they didn't teach you anything. A lot of y'all, when y'all running around here, y'all don't know anything. If a black person is going to delete themselves, the last thing we do is hang ourselves. Do you understand? We don't hang ourselves. We don't jump off of high structures. I mean, it's been done, but no, it's usually a bullet. Usually. Slit your wrists so you could bleed out. Something crazy or stupid. Pills. Romello, salute. Overdose on pills, but hanging, no. Let me be very clear. Jeff Sparks, salute. Let me be very clear. I think he did it. I think he did it. And I think he was, here comes that word, y'all. I think he was trolling when he did that. Black girl hanging. I think he did it, and I think he was trolling when he did it. Now, here's what sucks. He was in Zanzibar, which is off the coast of somewhere by Africa, somewhere. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and I don't know the world map, but I did a little bit of research. He might get away with this. He just might get away with this if he did it. If he did it, I think he might get away with this. You see the title of the show? Exactly, Amanaz. Tay, how are you? Exactly, Amanaz. He went down there so he can get away with this. We don't know what their relationship was about. And for all we know, he was trolling with that getting on one knee for the camera with that white tiger or white lioness. He may have been trolling. Yeah, you know, I'm about to do this to her, but I'm going to propose her so it don't look crazy. This man was a crypto millionaire. I heard he lost like 10 milli. Proud of getting up to that or whatever was going on. I don't have all of the facts. I'm just on the outside looking in. So he went to a ish hole country, as Donald Trump says it. Did that, and I don't know how far his crypto money goes there, but word on the curb is he had enough money to buy the police over there. And then I'm assuming Zanzibar has a lot of black people, but you know how they feel about black Americans. It don't matter. Yeah, she was found hanging. Then I found out yesterday they had a whole argument. The whole hotel staff, Lada, salute. The whole hotel staff knew about it and separated them and put them in separate rooms. Now I know she's not craving attention to the point where she would actually do this to herself. No woman seeks attention to that degree. Or do they? I don't know. Then she was an influencer. I understand she was doing pretty well for herself. She's taking pictures with Lamborghini, and she's a pretty young lady. That's not your hair, but that's all right. And the family is requesting, Mr. Ishmael, salute. The family's requesting 50 racks for her funeral. And her fiance was a millionaire. I'm just giving you the facts. Those are just quick facts. Town Biz, salute. That's my fam right there. Y'all go subscribe to Town Biz. You see him right there. Hey, bro. Hey, Town. You see my Rumble link at the top pinned? In about 15 minutes, we're gonna go over the Rumble where I could take the gloves off and say what I want, because you know how YouTube do. So when you get a minute, click that link, brother. Yeah. Black man bashes are pretty. Hey, Town, let me ask you a question, brother. Mr. Shelter, let me ask all y'all, Amanas, let me ask all y'all, where is Cynthia G on this? Because we're bullet bags. I'm talking to my brothers, right? Remember she called us bullet bags? Remember that? Cynthia G, who has a black son, who's her baby daddy has three baby mamas. She's the fourth one. She was, I think she was the last one, unless he made another baby in the last 4 years. Oh yeah, Town. You know I'll be tuned in. You know that. Thank you. Where's Ebony K. Williams on this? Let me speak to the obvious here. Hence the title of my show. If you believed him, then so do I. Who do you think I'm talking to? Exactly, Rod. She was living a lavish lifestyle. So we thought. You ain't got 50 racks laying around. Look, I know you young, but you ain't have a will lined up or something. Like if I lose my life, if I'm flying to these exotic countries and my plane don't make it, or my boat sink or something like that, who gets the bread? I got something lined up so I could, y'all brothers and sisters, if y'all working these jobs or whatever, even if you're self-employed, they got insurance plans where if you have an accidental death, the last thing your family has to worry about is expenses for a funeral. You lose your life prematurely, or they got insurances where you can have it all your life, but when you lose your life, they got 20 racks aside for you for your funeral, so nobody got to worry about anything. Y'all need to get that together, because this GoFundMe shit, when people die, it's annoying. I'm not saying annoying like it's like it's the story of everybody. It's like, how do you not have that in line, man? It's crazy stuff, right? But this woman, I didn't really look at her Instagram, but people started sending me stuff. I'm like, how does she, how could I say this? Well, I'm just going to say it. What do you want us to do? Because I didn't know this woman, but you know the internet is fast, man. Exactly, Tom. We asking, why won't he pay for the funeral? That was the love of his life. He was about to put a ring on it. He's a millionaire. He couldn't just drop 50 racks and write it off. Can't do that? The woman you love? He probably dropped 100 racks on her. The way he was flying her around and everything else. And what was the fight about? Adewale, salute. What was the fight about? Anybody know? Because I don't. Y'all know what the fight was about? Because I don't know. Peter the Great, salute. Who's that? Alois Timon, salute. You know, all of this stinks. And please don't think that I'm on here pounding my chest and grandstanding saying, told you. No. I don't like this. This is crazy. But I got to put the mirror in front of y'all. Cynthia G called me a bullet bag. Called every man in my family a bullet bag. I got a big family. And to my knowledge, I haven't, there's little cousins I haven't met yet. Spoke to them on the phone, Zoom meetings and shit. I don't know how they're turning out, but we don't have Everybody has, I'm not gonna say everybody, but we had some people in the family that's walked the wrong path, but it's not an abundance in my family. Why I gotta be a bullet bag? Why I gotta be all that? What's that? I mean, seriously, what is that? You think that was fair, Cynthia? You think that was fair? Because you made a bad decision? You tried to hubby up a dude that couldn't be tied down, and you're going to tell me you didn't know what kind of man he was, and you slept with him unprotected, produced a child, and now all of us got to be bullet bags? What happened to all these wild-ass, nappy-headed sisters running around here talking about divest, divest, divest? And I'm like, what white man is going to want you looking the way you look? Listen, man. We all saw Kevin Samuels. We all watched it. We all saw it. We all saw the women that went to the show that had the biggest mouths and the biggest opinion. How did they look? How did they look? Once he got to how tall are you in dress size, once he got to dress size, it was over. I need a man 9 feet tall, got Shaquille O'Neal money, a big old penis, and he only got time for me. And then he says, well, okay, well, how tall are you? I'm 5'2", dress size 18. We can stop right there. And he wasn't down in the woman. He was just saying, look, man, look, wait, hold on. This man has to have all of this stuff. You want The Rock. Big old muscle, big old penis, a big bag. This is who you want. And then when he said something like, what do you bring to the table? You don't like how that sounds? Okay, watch this. I'm going to change it. How do you add to his team? Does that sound a little better? How do you add to his team? Because he already has that. Then they talking about I'm the table, or I'm just that bitch. Okay. And the majority of those women was bringing kids outside of a relationship into that new relationship. And then they'll say they're not settling for anything less. And these chicks be past their prime. These chicks be in their mid to late 30s talking that nonsense after you've been letting your baby daddy crack for free for years. Thank you, Town. Cynthia G got knocked up by the very dude she told chicks to avoid. All you shorties running around, panda niggas like Derek Jackson, Ace Metaphor. I hear the bullshit, man. Those guys, you know why I'm not mad at them? All the way to the bank. Get your bread. Get your bread. I could have been did that. I could have been doing lives with my shirt off, talking about, hey, ladies, y'all queens and y'all deserve everything and don't settle for no man. All the way to the bank. I could have been retired 5 years ago talking that bullshit. Could have did the same thing. I think that what caused me to get shot at out here. That behavior. Not this boxing talk. I ain't worried about that. But if I was doing that, that would piss men off. Yeah, that dude Yada he makes me sick. But you know what? We ain't making him rich. Who's making him rich? Here's what I need y'all to understand. Black women determine the culture. Black women determine the culture. Black women determine the culture. Here's what I mean. Everything we do, right? The way what we wear, how we wear it, the women determine whether it's nice to them or not. What's in style right now? All heads with big old beards, or the faux hawk, big old beards. A decade and some change prior to that, the beards were a lot smaller. 2 decades prior to that, it was the thin goatee. I mean, nowadays, I just don't care. They determine that. And men just follow. We follow suit. Oh, shorty's like that. Let me cut my hair like that. Oh, shorty's like that. Let me buy those jeans. Let me buy those sneakers. Because we're trying to attract. We're courting. We're trying to get them. We're trying to catch their eye. But let me give you some game. The less F's you give, the more compliance you're going to generate. The older I got, the more I stopped caring. I'm like, I don't give a fudge brownie what these birds think. Because if a bird is attracted to your car or what you got on, that's not the bird for you. She's for recreational use if you're into that sort of thing. Shut up, banger, get out. Smash and pass, keep it pushing. Almost flew through the roof. They really sell $1,500 pair of jeans. They really sell that? You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. But back to task. I totally think she was murdered. But when I say if you believe them, then so do I. You divestors, y'all are awfully quiet. Let me tell you how stupid some of you black women are. I'm just going to tell y'all. Y'all remember a few months ago at the height of the Diddy trial? And you found out old girl was on the phone with her husband while Diddy was cracking her spine. And he had to go to court and hear that. Remember I did a pep talk on that? You know what that was really about? Dude's not a cuck. He's just not in control of that rowdy, unruly black woman. Did you see the videos in reference to that? All of the black women I saw were saying, I hope I find a love like that. What? A love like what? They called that white guy a strong man to go into the court and listen to how his wife had to admit, I was on the phone getting cracked by Diddy while I was on the phone with him. And that's how I heard him do this, and that. And I'm reading it like, wait. Why is he in the courtroom? And they're talking about he was a real dude to support his wife. Okay, y'all, she committed adultery. And it was in a very disrespectful manner. But never mind that shit. The women was like, I need a love like that. And what did that tell you about the chicks that said they want to find a love like that? Are those a chick you want to share your life with? Are those a chick you want to share your resources with? They bigged up that white guy. Watch this. Those same women love Will Smith. Don't get me started on Jada. That's a whole other show with the crap she just pulled on the stage. Holy smokes. Don't be surprised if she's swinging by her neck. We're just going to say as a community, I'm surprised she lasted that long. And here's the funny part. Not one time did I ever call a black woman a bullet bag. Not one time. I've never done it. You never heard Kevin Samuels say black women need to be done like this. And, you know, he said that black women don't understand violence. He said that. But he never, ever was pro smack a woman in the mouth. He never said that. He never said that. he did say women don't understand violence. And I'm still not going to say it. Now, we could have saw this on the outside looking in because she was posting a lot in his private jets, holding hands. I saw pictures of the comment section. Hey, yeah, you know, oh my God, may I find a love like this? Go girl. And I'm like, all right, okay. Literally went to a third world country. I think, you know, Zanzibar's a third world country, I think. And somehow she got a necktie from her own clothes. Was she a Girl Scout? Did she know how to tie a knot or a sheep shank or what? Oh, I know Amanaz. Shahrazad Ali said it perfectly back in the 90s. And she stood on it. And literally 35 years later, women that rejected her and called her wrong, a lot of them are single, but they have children. And now they see it, but it's too late. When you got gray hairs on your snatch, it's way too late, mommy. It's over with. I rock, salute, brother. It's pretty much over with. So I want to know where the divestors are now. I think they've been awfully quiet. Anyone? Are y'all going to stick up for this white man? Because I'm telling you right now, I think he did it. But watch this, though. If you stick up for him, what if I believe you? Watch this. Y'all prayed that y'all find a love like old girl that was getting cracked by Diddy while she was on the phone with her white husband. You want to find a love like that? Why? Because you want to get cracked outside of your marriage. That's what it is. Vernell, yeah, that's, you know, more than likely he did his homework. They were probably fussing back and forth for a while. We only saw the good parts online, but they were probably fussing back and forth. And she probably, listen, let's keep it a buck. We know our black women, and we could say our Latinos too. We know them. Once their heads start doing this, don't they got smart mouths? Y'all know. I said it a long time ago. Some of you sisters are mental terrorists. Y'all know exactly what, if you around a dude long enough, y'all know exactly what to say to set him off. If you're around him long enough and you know enough about him, you know exactly what to say to piss him off. You will find something to piss him off because you want him to hurt. And sometimes don't even be that serious. You just want to get him. Here's the deal, though. Us black and brown men, being that we know that about you, and depending on where you live, don't do that shit in DR. Don't do that in Jamaica. Around here, you get away with that. You get away with that. And a lot of men got to make a decision. Do I want to go sit down for about a month for going upside this bitch head or walk away and leave it? Some of you dudes are not in control and y'all just go back and forth for the chick. You do not go back and forth with a woman. Your greatest play is to leave her standing there screaming by herself. You do not engage. I don't need to. And once her voice elevates, I'll do a 180-degree turn. It looks like this. And she sees my back walking away at an accelerated rate. Every step I take, because I'm a bit tall, every step I take, she got to jog. She got to jog, man. Yeah, Mike Lewis. Yeah, that I didn't, bro. They didn't have energy for that situation either, didn't they? But remember, he was the worst person in the world. Udoka, remember that? When I first heard that story, I was like, all that sounds like is two people wanting to smash. They're adults. Leave them alone. I don't care. Leave them alone. Well, what are you going to do, right? So, you sisters, right, that are on this divesting thing and y'all throw this in our face. Some of you, Black martial arts, salute. Some of you are the worst people in the damn world, man. Some of you are the worst people in the world. And I'm going to prove it to you. Let me show you how bad y'all are. Because realistically, y'all chase fantasy, but when reality hits and it's not something that you can't grab, you start hating. Drew, what are you talking about? Simone Biles? Long story short, she connected with an NFL player. She didn't even know who this dude was. And he didn't know who the fuck she was. But they connected, they met up. Hey, I'm in the NFL. Oh, I didn't know that. And they got married. And what did you queens do? Talked about our fucking hair. That's what you did? That's all you got? What happened to your yes? I pray I find a love like that. No, you pray you find a pocket like that. She didn't even know who homie was. And I'm keeping it simple. And he didn't know who the fuck she was. And what did y'all queens do? Talk about how nappy her hair was. That's what y'all did to her. You see how simple I kept that? I'm not going to get into that. What about, what was this dude? Who was the dude that got Aboom Selly? He got stabbed up by the Instagram bitch or the OnlyFans, whatever the fuck she was, the OnlyFans chick. Courtney Clenny was her name. Y'all remember what the Queens was saying about him? Joe Townsend, salute. Y'all remember what the Queens was saying about him? He pretty much deserved it. That's what they said. Justin Cash in that Rumble rant. Salute to you. If you send me a Rumble rant and I don't see it, forgive me. Just let me know that you sent it, because I can only see it through StreamYard. I don't have the Rumble up. I have to switch screens. But I appreciate you in that Rumble rant. Salute. I saw it coming. That's why I didn't even speak on it. They cut his ass up, didn't they? Didn't they cut him up? That's what he get. I read it. I read all of it. That's what Bonnie Prince, salute. That's what he get. Why couldn't that have been real love? Why couldn't you pray you found the love like that? Night Train, salute. Night Train, you see the link at the top? That's my Rumble link. We about to go over there in a few minutes. At the very top, there's a link pin. That's my Rumble channel. I can play the music I want over there. I could, be a little more loose in my tongue, and Miguelian over here overseeing everything that I do. Juice, what up, Juice? My Rumble link is pinned at the top. Click that. Go over there. We're going to go over there in about 5 minutes. I don't give YouTube all of my time anymore. So he was murdered. And these queens didn't shed a tear. Which brings me to the two brothers that you see right here. That's Michael B. Jordan and that's Jonathan Majors. Do I need to go any? We can close the show right now. Do I need to go any further than them? Y'all remember what happened to Jonathan Majors? The brother lost millions of dollars. He was Kang in the MCU. This Dr. Doom shit wasn't even supposed to be happening. It was supposed to be Kang. And then going into Secret Wars. I'm a nerd. I read all of that stuff. The man was literally on various videos running from this white woman. I mean, he bolted on her. The Uber driver said no. She was like beating his ass in the back seat. He got out and ran. And another white knight tried to say, you saw him trying to take his coat off, man. Jonathan would have beat his ass. Then before he went home, he went and got the police. Great move, well played. He said, yo, look, she's in the crib. She drunk. She in my closet. I don't want to go there without any law enforcement. He did the right thing. And what did they do? They still took his goddamn job from him. Well, the messed up part was what the NHNBs was saying. That's what he get. Messing with that devil. He looked like he hate black women. You remember when he did that photo shoot? Because the brother's in shape. They talked about how he has his African looks are too strong. You heard, I did a show on it. I'm like, why they talking about this brother like that? Michael B. Jordan, you already know. You already know. The man put in work. And they talk about him crazy because why? He stepped away from his culture, from his race. And these sisters got mad. Outside of wishing that brother death, I read some of that too. So fast forward to this chick, Ashley. Now, if y'all believe in these white men so much, what if I don't want to argue with you? What if I say, hey, man, you believe him? You believe in him when she was on his jet plane and walking in the safari with exotic animals, and he got on one knee and proposed, and she also had a fetish for biracial babies. She said her and her mom been knocking down white men since as long as she can remember. I read the tweet. So she really didn't like us. She pretty much tolerated us. And then the internet wastes no time. They found a lot of tweets like these. Oh, brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men, not white, beating their women still. Or is that too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine. Here's another one. Everyday black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. Well, NHNB. Everybody put NHNB in the chat. When you get a minute, I'll give you a second to do that. It's an acronym. NHNB. Capital N, capital H, capital N, capital B. NHNB. I'm not going to tolerate y'all disrespect. I don't tolerate disrespect from anybody. I don't care what race, culture, or creed you are. I'm not doing that. You lay a hand on me, I lay a hollow on you. I'm the one-upper. You've been there, I've done that. It could be verbal, it could be physical. Wherever you want to take it, NHNB. Y'all violated Michael B. Jordan. Y'all violated Jonathan Majors. Y'all downplayed what we've gone through, including protecting you, and y'all still chose Uncle Sam over having us in the house. And through decades, you have women right now in their 20s talking about trauma. You haven't been around long enough for trauma. And I'm talking about not trauma. They don't know what systematic racism is. They haven't dealt with it to that degree because the red carpet's rolled out for them. They talking about they don't have these laws are a threat to their rights. Let me ask you a question. You give them 10 years backwards. In 2016, how have your rights diminished? It hasn't. The courts are on your side. The law is on your side. Everybody's on your side. You could be in the court with a crack pipe. You will get custody in a lot of these states. You're bugging. If the father's making $75,000 a year and you're making 15 living in a trailer and he got a 3-bedroom across town and he works from home, and he's clearly the better choice to raise the kids financially and discipline wise. And the school could be 3 blocks up that way. That judge will give that woman full custody and say, you pay her. Hell, you might as well move into the trailer and move them into your damn apartment. Because they're going to cut you so bad, you ain't going to be able to afford to keep anything. Don't ever in your life tell me about this system being rigged against women, especially black women in particular, because they weaponized black women against us. That's what the fuck they did. NHNB. So now, at this point, y'all click that link and go to Rumble now so we can finish this off, because Miguel and YouTube don't deserve my talents. Go to Rumble right now. It's at the top. Click it.